Imagine being woken up by soldiers, not enemy soldiers, but the ones from the government that promised you protection. You're told to pack your things. You ask why. They say you don't live here anymore. You see your mother crying, your grandfather begging, but it doesn't matter. Guns are pointed. The homes you built, the land your people lived on for centuries, gone in a moment. This was reality for the Cherokee, Creek, Choctaw, Chickasaw, and Seminole nations in the 1830s. The Indian Removal Act turned law into a weapon and home into a battlefield. They were marched over 1,000 miles through mud, rain, and snow. No wagons, no food, no medicine. Children collapsed from hunger. The elderly fell, and soldiers told families to leave them behind or be shot. Babies froze to death in their mother's arms. Fathers buried their own children in shallow roadside graves, and then were forced to keep walking. It wasn't a relocation, it was a death march. Over 4,000 Cherokee died, but that's just one nation. Thousands more from other tribes never made it. Those who survived arrived in a strange, barren land, sick, starved, broken. And why? Because settlers wanted their land, because cotton was profitable, because the government decided native lives were in the way. The Cherokee had signed treaties. They'd adopted written laws, even schools, trying to live in peace. But none of it mattered. They did everything the U.S. asked. And still, they were uprooted like weeds. And when they begged the Supreme Court to stop it, the court said yes, but Jackson said no. He sent the army anyway, and history still calls him a hero. But for those who walked the Trail of Tears, there was no glory, only loss. Their cries were swallowed by the wind, their names forgotten by textbooks. But the land remembers, and so should we. This was not history, this was ethnic cleansing, carried out in daylight. And today, most people have no idea it ever happened. Speak their truth, say their names, because the march never ended. It just became quiet. And silence is the cruelest violence of all. Don't let them be erased. Share this. Say their names, because this land still carries their blood, and their stories deserve to be heard.